So today on Business Under Fire, we'd like to welcome Justin Shaner, which is spelled, how do you spell that?
SCHOENER.
It doesn't look like Shaner to a guy that had a 74 GPA in high school, which was me. So
I was right above you.
yeah, we were top of the class if you were like the reciprocal. So
Yep.
I got a 69.5 in health, and the lady said, I'm not keeping you, so there's no way I'm failing you.
Love it.
I said, thank you, ma'am. So Justin's been an entrepreneur for how long?
Shoot, 25 plus years now.
25 years, and I met him on Facebook pretty much. How did you decide to give me a buzz?
I've been following this podcast, man, and you've inspired me. And I love giving back to younger entrepreneurs, and that's exactly what you're doing with this.
That's wild because I started this a year ago, and the new episode comes out tomorrow, I think. And I had a guy down here talking about kind of the year in review and why I did the podcast and what I had originally started from and was looking for, and then what happened during the year and where we are now. And it's kind of wild as to what you're looking for when you start, whether it's a whatever venture it is, to where you end up. And last week I said that I'm committing to another year of the podcast.
That's badass.
And
Congratulations.
I think just like we discussed before this, Justin drove from College Station down to Seguin, which is about 2.5 hours. And, you know, a lot of people wouldn't do that. But you're here for a couple of reasons: to share your story, talk about entrepreneurism and what you're doing. And what you did driving the 2.5 hours is the shit that it takes even to run a business, when other people would say, oh, I'm just going to sit on my couch and not do anything.
They're not willing to put in the work.
They're not. And so, you know, one of the things that has happened with the podcast is we have people that I've never met that are listening and showing up into my life and doing things. And to me, it's humbling and it's wild, but that's why I'm doing it, to see what happens. And we have done a lot of neat things that I just went over with in the podcast with some listeners. There's been deals popping out. Well, several of them. And it's just been a humbling experience. So I appreciate you taking the time to cruise down here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Way more than you know. And just from the little bit that I've spoke with you, I believe that your story is going to spark some interest on real life shit that people are going through in this journey of working for yourself, because you've had pretty good highs, pretty good lows.
Low.
You've dug through a lot of shit. You've learned a lot. You sold a business. And so this is where I wish we had callers call in and tell us where to start.
Let's start at the beginning, man.
Yeah. But I saw, you sent me a video of a really nice kind of opening celebration of a off-road place that you had in Victoria. And, I don't know why you sent it to me or not. You wanted me to see it. But I saw two things that I really liked about it. Number one, you were crying on it. And I was about to text you back and say, don't you fucking cry on my podcast, because I'll cry.
Nah, it was very emotional.
I'll start crying. And all of it was emotional. And when I saw that, I was like, dude, I know what this dude's going through, because all the crap that you work on to get to that point. What was that like? And why was it so emotional for you that day?
It was surreal to be able to come out of industrial buildings and to build my own standalone location. Mm-hmm. But you didn't know the people in the video, but I had the mayor behind me. Mm-hmm. I had my investor who pushed me into it, not pushed me into it, but sparked the idea of it. Mm-hmm. And my family was there to support me, and friends and family.
Just humbling and emotional. It's crazy that when you start a project, it's really from A to B, right? It's just steps. Number one, we need to do this. Number two, we need to do this. Number three, we need to do this. And then you look up and you're breaking ground with the monster truck doing donuts where your shop is going to be.
I mean, no one else. I mean, that idea came to me in the middle of the night one night, and I was like, dude, I want to turn this up where no one has gone before. And I think it should have gone viral. I didn't make it go viral, but no one's ever done anything like that. That's literally breaking dirt. I mean, doing donuts.
It was.
Ran over my sign. And
I like that part too.
Yeah. I loved it too, man. So, I asked him to drive, and he wouldn't let me do the insurance regulations, but I tried.
Those things have some horsepower too.
About 12 to 1,500.
For the people that don't know what the video was, is a monster truck doing donuts in the middle of a city where he's about to build this shop.
Yep.
So what happened with that shop?
We built it. It finished up around 2017, and man, our business doubled. Going from an industrial building bays to being a standalone location on a busy thoroughfare, revenue doubled. Got a vast amount of employees. We got up to like 10 employees, and man, it was on fire. It was doing great. COVID hit. We still survived through COVID, and then I eventually wanted to pursue other ventures and sell it.
So how long did you have it before you decided you want to sell it?
The actual building, or
that business.
The business was 23 years in the making, but the building there, so I had it for about 6 years before I decided to sell.
And what led you to the point that you wanted to sell? Because from what we talked about just here, I think we're going to get into a little bit of selling and valuation.
100%. I wanted out of Victoria, Texas. I felt like I was stuck there my whole life, and I was born and raised.
Oh yeah.
And
how many people?
You're about 70,000 now.
Yeah.
It's kind of run by the good old boys system, and you know what that's like in being in different towns. And it's tough.
Yeah.
They support entrepreneurship, but I feel like that town, I don't know, man, it was holding me back from more. And I needed to get out for my mental clarity, being divorced, and just to get out and explore life.
Yeah.
And see what else is out there. And so I bought a Sprinter van, and I traveled all over the United States for over a year.
Well, I want to dig into that too.
Of course.
But you had told me that this business was doing, $2.5–3 million a year. You decided to sell it, and what did you quickly learn?
Well, we called up our good buddy Clint Fiore of Delonomy, and I had him come evaluate the business. And we said, man, I love this location. I love what you did with everything. He goes, but this business ain't worth crap. And
what a kick.
And I said, what do you mean? We're doing $3 million a year. And he goes, your books, your P&Ls are horrible. He says, why would somebody buy a business that's making negative money? And I said, point taken. I said, well, how do you fix all this? He goes, well, are you willing to be coached? And I said, yes, sir. Let's go. So 3 years of hard work.
So from the time you got that business evaluation, you got coached, and then what happened in that time within the business?
So I got coached, but I had to run my numbers correctly, do my books correctly, keep everything on the books, including the cash. And I had to show income of interest.
Yeah.
For someone to potentially buy it. And which took time, because the SBA, we did an SBA loan on it to Clayton, who bought it. And it took time, and the banks need to see that a business is profitable before they're going to loan on it. And we did. That's a cool little story in itself. When we launched it for sale, we had because Clint launched it on his website, we had probably about 5 people interested with cash offers.
Yeah.
But I turned them all down.
Why?
Because, this is crazy, I wanted to sell it to Clayton, who was a very good friend of mine. But I wanted to pull him out of the oil field so he could stay home to raise his daughters.
Oh.
And I held out for another year for him to be able to get it financially set up. I had to teach him that he could buy a business for 10% down through the SBA.
Yeah.
This is how you can do it. And again, with Clint's help. And so I held out, and it took another hot minute, but I was willing to, because I wanted to carry on that level of success.
Yeah.
And I wanted the positivity for those employees to be comfortable. Because Clayton was already working for us. It was a huge surprise. I hired him on his days off. And we announced it, and I was like, guys, it's time for me to sell. And the frowns were there. And then I said, but we're selling it to this guy right here next to us. And I was like cheering and yelling. It was a cool feeling. It was a full surreal moment.
Yeah.
And so we just crossed 3 years. Clayton owns it now, doing an unbelievable job at it.
good.
He's kept the tradition alive.
Dude, what a good story.
And he's able to stay home. He was actually able, this is so freaking cool, man. He missed his 2 births of his younger daughters because he was out in the oil field in West Texas.
Oh.
And when he was working for me, the 3rd one was born. Amy, his wife, texted me and I said, dude, go Clayton. Go to the hospital. Watch that baby being born. You're never going to see this again.
Yeah.
And he took off for 3 weeks and I paid him for that 3 weeks.
What a good dang story. We've heard so many stories of guys from the oil field coming in and transitioning. And that's a good for you for holding out too.
It's the only right thing to do, man. I wanted to pass my legacy on that I created. And I felt that trust in him that he would carry that on.
What a good opportunity for him and good for you holding out. I had the same kind of thing happen on my lawn business that I was going to sell. So I had the biggest offer of my life that I was going, and I'm not even going to mention names because it was kind of, they could dig and find out. But so I had gone to the business broker to actually make a deal and get a check. And they said, he's not going to buy it. This person is going to buy it. We don't know exactly how we're going to pay for it, but we're doing it. And I was like, okay, this seems way better and correct. And I have been friends and maintained the relationship with them now for 15 years. And But it's crazy when people are throwing those types of numbers in your face and you're making these decisions based on your heart.
Exactly. I mean, I could have took cash and ran.
I know.
And left all my employees hanging. I'm not like that, man.
Yeah.
I want the best for everyone.
So after you sold this business, you had a gigantic pile of money, right?
Yep. A little bit, a little pile of money.
Yeah. Was that another thing I think that people might want to know is, and we don't have to talk about what you got for it or not, but was that the most amount of money
100%.
you had ever had at once?
My whole family's never seen anything like that. Like, I've never seen anything like that. I've never been around it.
Yeah.
It was life-changing.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I think that business owners just have a pile of money laying around. We're rolling in it. And most of the time, the largest amount of money a business owner is going to see is when they sell.
Yep.
And so, how thankful to Clint Fiore were you for him saying, hey, buddy, we need 3 years. And so if anybody is thinking about selling their business, what would you advise now that you've done it?
I wouldn't even say, thinking about selling your business, you need to keep your books clean.
Yeah.
Period. You need to make it easily legible. What is written off, what's written off. And again, owner draw. Make it easy to read and show profit. Yeah. Like Clint explained on your podcast here.
Yeah.
That $10 you're saving will turn into $50 when you're ready to exit. So is it worth saving that $10?
No. No, and I've heard that a couple times from another business broker that every dollar that you quote unquote hide is worth 3 to 7.
100%.
So if you're going to, there was another nice quote by Adam Coffey that does, he buys and sells businesses a lot. And he says it takes artwork to prep your business to sell.
Yep.
And so take your time and do it right.
And keep your books clean. Yeah. Keep them legible. You never know who's going to be able to walk in. And this is I talked to Clint a lot about this. What happens if I pass? It's not going to be passable to anybody if my books were all messed up. Mm-hmm. What happens when that husband dies and the wife is stuck with it? You need to have your books in order so that the wife can sell the business.
And the bookkeeping stuff, when you're a hands-on guy, you're there in the trenches every single day. You're doing everything you can to make the money, and you let stuff fall, and that's something that just can't fall. I've got 2 people that do mine, and thank God they do. But with all the restaurants and stuff the way that they are, money goes over here. Sometimes we build with this and that, and I believe this is the first year that I'll have straight numbers for every single one.
Awesome.
But it takes a lot when you're building this shit. I mean, if company X makes some money, well, we want some of it to build over here. But keeping that shit straight is, it's a challenge.
It's important though, man. It really is.
So after you sold your business, people go through a phase after they sell their business and Because you're not waking up at 8 o'clock or 7. What'd you end up doing?
Traveled and saw countryside that I've never seen before. The United States is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Traveled in the van. It was a completely decked out Sprinter van, living quarters and everything. And I went off the grid.
Really?
Starlink internet. I mean, I could live off the grid for 15 days straight. Enough diesel, solar, water, food. I could go up in the mountains and see nobody for days.
Where'd you go?
Man, I went to Oregon. I mean, I went everywhere. California coast, Salt Lake. I mean, all of Utah. Southern Utah is beautiful.
Moab?
Yep. Went all to Moab. Took this thing off roading. It's got 4 inches of lift and 34 inch tall tires.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beast. And I didn't slow down.
How did you decide where you were going?
I followed, so I'm really good friends with the Toyo tire guys, and I still stay in contact with them. And they would have overland events, and they wanted my van featured to show off, kind of. So I would follow them around Denver to off-road areas where they're having these huge events. And my van got in the front and center attention. It was just cool to be surrounded by those people.
That's cool.
Keeping in contact with those. And
does that van? Did you ever? Is the back of that van, these Sprinter vans, the ride quality in the back sucks.
Yep.
Did you fix that, or how is that fixed? Because I got a buddy that we get to ride in the back of his Sprinter van. You're like, oh, this is great. We're going in the van, and it literally throws you out of the couch as you go. Is there a fix for that?
There is a fix for that, and I can hook you up when you're ready for it.
It's for James, not me.
But my van had so much build out of the bed and the furniture inside, there's enough weight in the back to soften it out.
How much weight do you need back? That thing, was it a dually or is it?
It's a single wheel. The dualies are rougher.
Thing beats the
you can't even have
shit out of
you.
you.
You can't even enjoy a drink back there, can you?
No.
Like, you're gonna get spilt all over you.
Oh man, it is rough. And we get all fired up to go to Louisiana, wherever, and then it's your fillings are rattling out of your teeth.
And we know those roads are beautiful between Houston and Louisiana. I mean, they're perfect, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to TxDOT on that.
Yeah. Well, Louisiana roads have gotten better. They used to be worse. I think federal funding with the alcohol age and stuff.
There you go.
What was going through your mind? You've been an entrepreneur most of your life, right?
Yep.
What's going through your mind while you're in this Sprinter van, just listening to crickets chirp and birds hum and staring at the stars? You've been working forever.
Right. So I'll back up for 1 second. When I sold, I had a very good friend tell me, you better find your next project. And I was like, yeah, whatever. We're just going to enjoy life. And those words, he would tell me that about every 6 months when I'd talk to him. Hey, did you find something else to do? And I blew it off. So I enjoyed myself, traveled a lot, met a lot of great people, experienced a lot. And then I hit some depression, man, because I was no longer, the mind wasn't busy. And when they say idle hands are of the devil, they are not lying. And I experienced that firsthand. Because I didn't have anything to pursue or to use as entrepreneur brain. This brain wasn't getting used. So I honestly feel that retirement is BS. I'm going to go out there and say it. I
want to know, that's kind of what I'm worried about, because even with what I have going on, when I'm not working on something, let's say all my business is handled and I don't have anywhere to go for a day, 2, 3 days. Oh man, I start going around and telling people I'm bored out of my mind. I need something to do. What was your experience? You just started going, when you say depressed, like feeling sorry for yourself or what?
No, it was just a lighter form of depression. I started looking to buy another off-road shop. And Clint helped me out with that. Shout out, Clint. Thank you again. He helped me go through the numbers of the off-road shop I was trying to purchase here in Texas. And started getting excited about that. And we just couldn't come to terms with the owner. So then I hit depression again. Like, what am I going to do, right? And so, I was working on my house, remodeling it, kind of like what you're doing upstairs here. Like, this place is legit, man.
Thanks, man.
And remodeled my house and, enjoyed a new town. But what's pretty crazy is, I didn't even get to tell you this, and I'll sum it up real quick. When I graduated high school, I got accepted to Texas A&M to go to school. I turned it down to pursue my entrepreneur journey.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which is back in that time, they thought you were nuts.
Yep.
And now they're telling people, get started.
Yeah, 100%. And I still tell people get started.
Yeah.
Parents wanted you to go to college. They said, well, if you're not going to go to Texas A&M, you're going to go to Victoria College. And I said, I guess. So then we started off in Dad's footsteps. And we can go backwards or forwards, whatever you want to talk about. But, it's just unique that I live there now. And I've created a homestead, and I've got a great community there. And I enjoy the community at Texas A&M. And
good.
Stuff. And, it's a great town. It's blossoming very well.
College Station, I go there about 2 or 3 times a year for soccer tournaments for the daughter. And I really like it. And if it has a atmosphere and environment, anything like Lubbock, man, it's just a good spot. That's what I love about Lubbock. It's the people. Same thing in College Station.
It's big but small, right?
Yeah.
What
does the process look like on buying a business, and why do you think that that process started getting you down in the dumps?
Just evaluating it and trying to come to terms, because the gentleman that was selling it felt his business was worth more than, and Clint talked about this too in your last podcast, that every business owner feels their business is worth more.
Yeah.
It's only worth what's on paper, my man.
Yeah.
Your EBITDA, your multiple, it's only worth so much on paper.
Isn't that crazy how many people don't believe that?
Yeah. Who's going to write a check for that?
I know.
I mean, when I would write everything off on the P&Ls, why is that attractive for a business, an investor to buy that company? If it's not making any money on paper, what are they buying?
Yeah.
So you've got to show positive numbers and growth.
What happened? And so you were in the middle of this transaction. How long was this transaction trying to take place?
Over a year and a half. Slowly.
Yeah.
It wasn't aggressive. Just trying to figure things out, coming to terms, really studying the marketplace. And again, this is what's even crazier. He got his evaluation from his CPA. A CPA is not a business evaluator.
Yeah.
At all. Clint Fiore is a business evaluator and will tell you what that business is worth.
We should have had Clint sponsor this podcast.
Dealonomy.
Yeah. Dealonomy. We need a check in the mail. We were talking about that as well. When we first started the podcast, everybody's like, and even on the way over here, everyone's like, dude, you need to get a check. You need to get a check for the podcast. You need to get a check. And over the past year, I've learned I don't have to get a check for the podcast. The deals that we're doing because of the podcast are worth every minute I spend here. And then the next podcast that comes out, you'll find out 2 reasons why my entire year has been worth what I've been doing because of what happened with people on this podcast.
I love hearing that.
And dude, I just shit, you just couldn't imagine. And it's so wild, the outside perception of why to do the podcast. And I can give you 2 reasons why it was worth my entire year. So, it was pretty nuts. You didn't end up buying that deal. A lot of people, wonder what it's like going through the transaction process of evaluating and possibly buying a business. Can you tell us a tiny bit about those emotions?
Do you want to talk more about Outlaw, or you want to talk about like trying to buy?
Your experience on trying to buy a business with the emotions tied to it. The other one is the seller's emotions.
Right. I don't think he was ready to sell, to be totally honest, even though he says he was.
Yeah.
I saw potential. I saw extreme potential in the company of what I could do with it. Basically kind of like flipping a house. I'd be doing the same thing to the business, scaling it from my knowledge. I saw all his imperfections just from the outside in.
Yeah.
And I was ready. I was fired up, man. I wanted to grab the horns and run with it, and it's a huge letdown when I can't chase that dream.
Yeah.
But as the old saying goes, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's okay though. It could have been bad. I could not have possibly been able to turn it around. Who knows what could have happened, right?
Yeah. It's I'm kind of getting at the emotions tied every day with buying and selling a business, no matter what side of the transaction you're on, the emotional highs and lows are like a roller coaster. They go from the highest to highs to, oh, screw that dude, daily. And you've been on both sides of the transaction. And when I was buying Seafood and Spaghetti Works in Port Aransas, we sat at their dining room table and cried. They've been there for 40 years, And so it's just, people think buying and selling a business is black and white. It's not.
It's emotional. I mean, it's no different than when Clayton and his, with his wife and everyone around. It's very emotional.
Yeah. It is. So you've been in the, what do you call your line of work? It's
the automotive industry.
Yeah.
You want to call it that?
Performance
based off-road, modifying vehicles.
And you've been doing that for 23, 24 years?
Actually longer than that now. I mean, we're tacking on, 28 years plus now.
Yeah.
Just always had an interest in vehicles and automotive ever since I've been 15, And
you have a good story as to why you've put your beliefs in your work as to where they are. And so what happened when you were 15?
So I mowed yards.
That's a good job.
There you go.
I still tell people that's what I do.
Still mow yards. I still hear it. I love it, man. What do you do? I mow yards.
I mow grass.
So yeah, I mowed yards all summer. Saved up $1,500 cash.
At 15.
At 15.
Yeah.
And literally would ride the mower down the road. Like, it was cool, man. 15 years old, you can't drive. Saved $1,500 cash. Went and bought a 1980 Chevrolet truck, long bed, square body. Had 4 inches of lift, 35-inch tires. It was bad to the bone, man.
That is a good truck.
Kind of a piece of shit looking, but it was mine, man. I paid for it. It was mine. Mommy and Daddy didn't pay for nothing. Anyways, fast forward, and I wanted to learn. I had my stack of off-road magazines, like any young kid had in the 90s. And I wanted to learn what gear ratio was in it. And so my dad was a general mechanic. Basic knowledge would help, tune-ups and stuff like that. And I said, Dad, let's figure out how to check the gears. So we turned the pinion and rear end axle and counted the teeth. Lo and behold, they didn't match. The front end had a 373 gear ratio, which is perfect for larger tires.
Yeah.
The rear had 308 gears. Had I put it in four-wheel drive,
oh shit,
I would have blew up the transfer case and transmission. At 15 years old, no, that's not cool, man.
And so what got driven into you from that experience?
To never screw anyone over, period. Like, be honest, be truthful, and do the right thing.
Which is a wonderful lesson to learn at 15, and then to carry that throughout your professional career.
100%. And it stepped even further when I was about 20. Quick little story. I had so I've bought and sold over 150 vehicles I've owned in my life. Insane, more than a car lot.
Do you do that through the workshops where you're at?
No, I enjoy new vehicles and I flip them. And again, I've slowed down a lot, but I mean, I was fixing them up, selling them, get a newer vehicle. And again, upgrade, but doing it on a budget, right? Mm-hmm. So I've enjoyed it. I've driven everything. And when I was 20, I had a Chevrolet, and this is kind of technical, but it had a 3-inch body lift on it. And my bumper hung down. And again, I'm very aesthetically pleasing. So I wanted that bumper level. So I wanted to go see this new off-road shop, kind of a dream or passion in Houston. So I drove my truck up there, said, hey, do y'all have these parts in stock? This is before the internet, right?
Yeah.
And so I drove up there. Yeah, I'm flipping the magazines.
Yes, for parts look through all.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I called him. I said, do you have a 3-inch rear bumper bracket, blah, 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 at this big off-road shop in the Woodlands? And he said, yes, I do. I said, man, I'm driving 2.5 hours. Please save them for me. Mm-hmm. I will be up there shortly. Drove up there, was wowed at all the new vehicles they had tore apart. I was like, man, this is the real deal, man. Mm-hmm. This is a cool dream, and I will have this one day. And it took a while to get parts. And I was like, what's going on? Like, it took like 15 minutes. I was like, he said he had them, but like, why? Anyways, bought them, paid for them, drove home, put them on. My bumper always hung down a little bit lower than normal. And I could never figure it out until I started building other people's trucks. Fast forward, he sold me 2-inch lift brackets instead of 3-inch lift brackets, and they were used. Oh. He thought he was going to screw this 19, 20-year-old kid over, got my cash, and my truck was never looking right. And this is a major entrepreneur in the off-road industry. And so again, that reinforced what happened at 15.
Yeah.
Never take advantage of someone, period.
Yeah.
Because it's not worth it, man.
You know, I've had a couple car mechanics that I stick with, I mean, pretty much my whole life now. And those guys, if there's a problem on the truck that they caused, they will fix it on their own dime. And everybody's worried I'm going to get screwed by this mechanic.
No.
Dude, these guys, there's a lot of really good ones, but there's a lot of really shady ones.
It's with any industry, though.
Yeah.
You see that in whether you're building, contracting,
Yes.
house building, vehicles.
Yeah.
I wish there's, you got to live by example, man. And I started that in my employees, and I pushed that on down through everyone in my company, and my customers can see that as well.
Yeah. When we do our construction projects, whatever it may be, I always tell the guys, dude, take the 5 more minutes.
Yep.
Just do it right. Don't cut the corner, cross the T. And I don't want to come back. I don't want to do it twice. And man, I got into it with a lady the past few days. Woo. Oh man. But we'll share that story at a later date.
But even I just had this recently happen again. I ordered some upper control arms for my Ford Raptor that you were eyeballing outside.
Yeah, he's got a nice Raptor.
I ordered some $1,800 control arms for it, and it's missing a bracket that should have been shipped. So quality control wasn't there. But it's stamped and initialed. But that guy wasn't paying attention. He was distracted.
Yeah.
So I couldn't finish the project. I had to have him overnight them to me.
Oh.
And they're coming from California, and I had the truck apart, but I had to wait an extra day. But again, it goes back down to paying attention to your job, doing the right thing. They took care of me. Don't get me wrong. But again, it goes back to paying attention to your job and doing your due diligence in your whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Do you have any experience with the Carly lift kits out of California?
Oh, we're going to go deep on that. You really want to talk about that?
Yeah, I got one on my Dodge.
I feel they're overrated.
The Dodge rides like a Suburban, but I don't know or have experience with anything other in that market. The Dodge, it's a 0759, 343,000 miles, runs like a top.
Last year, the 5.9 too, but I love it.
And it's at the shop for the AC right now, which my buddies always tell me it's always at the shop. It's always at the shop. Well, but I do like the ride quality, but I wish it was a little bit softer. Do you think that changing I forget what they sell different levels of the kits. Mm-hmm. And Brandon at Roadside said, get this first one. I think you'll be fine. Do you think if I get the second level, it'll be soft enough?
We need to sit down and look at parts, but I think we need to soften up your rear first. The rear suspension is what's probably beating you down. And I use a rear shackle of another brand to smooth out the rear.
Well, we'll talk about it off of here, but actually, when you pulled up in the Raptor, all you talked about was the quality of the ride.
I'm all about ride quality.
Me too.
We're getting old, man.
Yeah.
These roads in Texas are horrible.
Yeah.
Shout out TxDOT.
Yeah.
But always under construction. But we want a vehicle to ride good.
Yeah.
When it's modified, you're spending 5, 10, 15 grand on it. Why would you want to make the ride rougher?
Yeah.
The wife isn't going to be happy. Your friends are going to be like, you paid what for this? And it's riding like crap. But I feel that Carly is a decent kit, but I feel there's better out there. I feel it's kind of a status quo. If that makes any sense?
Yeah.
That everyone online has it. Everyone says it's the best, so everyone just assumes it's the best.
Yeah.
I just ask everyone to do your education, learn.
How would you explain to somebody at your shop if they have 3 choices of a suspension, which one to get?
How much they want to invest in the vehicle first, because it is an investment. And then 2, what they're comfortable with and investing. Explain those differences, and then how they're going to truly use that truck. Is this mainly street driven? Are we on back ranch roads? Are we on farm roads? Are we off road? Are we on deer leases? What are we actually using the truck for? Are we 50-50?
Yeah.
So I start picking their brain that way, and we come to a synopsis between price point and what they're using the vehicle for.
Yeah. I wish mine was a little softer, but hey, we got We got time. The Land Cruiser's ride's pretty good, but I still wish it was a little bit softer.
Let me underneath that thing here in a second. I'll look at it.
When you jump in the Land Cruiser, is made in Japan, shipped over, it's tight as a tick. You get in the Dodge Ram, and it feels like you're driving something that's about to fall apart. And I have it done. It's done right. It still feels like it's going to fall apart.
Yes, sir.
So, well, after you sold your business and traveled the entire U.S., what did you start doing to get your mind and juices flowing again?
Got in shape. Lost a lot of weight.
How much weight have you lost?
So let me back up. So I hit some depression, and I realized 3 things this past summer of 2025. You can control 3 major things in your life: what you put in your mouth, the output at the gym, and then who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And I took control of all 3, hired an online coach, shout out Morrow, 6-pack CEO.
Yeah.
And I followed his program. And I have dropped 50 pounds in 4.5 months.
Holy shit, I need to meet Morrow.
He's a badass. He lives in Switzerland, does it all remotely online, but you're held accountable every day.
I think that's what you need.
100%. And it's changed my life. But what I love the most, yes, the weight is beautiful and I feel better, look better. The mind clarity, bro. You have no idea how clear of a mind that I've gotten and the ideas that pop into my head as an entrepreneur of what I'm going to do next.
I always feel like anytime that we're making excuses like you were while you were depressed, how long did it take you before you found Morrow and said, dude, I'm all in?
I've always been all in. I've done 75 hard. Hashtag shout out to Andy Frisella for creating that program.
Yeah.
I've done 75 hard 9 times. When I go in, I'm all in on everything. And especially when you're spending money. Mm-hmm. And yes, I had to put Morrow on a credit card, but you know what? I was still an investment. And when you're investing money in a coach, even if it's an entrepreneurship, because I joined, Andy's group, Apex. When you're spending money in investment, you're going to show up and pay attention.
That's what they say. And I spend money on coaching every year. And, as another guy that goes to coaching, has been in business for 25 years, how do you feel about coaching in business and what's it doing for you?
So I've always lived by the saying, a lifelong student. Mm-hmm. I want to learn every day, man.
Yeah.
There's someone smarter than us who's done it more than us. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to create anything new, but I just want to do it a little bit better than that other person.
My deal with it is you hit the nail on the head. I just want to learn. And if these guys have done it, and if we can create any type of benefit or skip any steps because of something we learned, why wouldn't we? And I feel like the guys that are running around saying, I don't need a business coach, I don't need this, I don't need that have been doing it on their own, is like, dude, I had a conversation today with a guy that has ran a restaurant for 20 years. He's never been to a coach. He doesn't run around a restaurant, guys. And when we were getting off the phone, he was like, dude, I can't believe the shit that that I haven't thought of. That I'm like, well, I just fucking went to coaching, listened to it and apply it. It's common sense. And they're like, no, it's not common. And so it'll give you a little quantum leap in what you're doing.
100%.
And how do you lose fucking 40 pounds and 50 pounds in 4 months?
By someone who's already done it.
Yeah.
And I love his program. It's called 6-Pack CEO. So he does a huge study. Men over 40, our goal is to have a 6-pack at 10% body fat.
That'd be nice. I almost did it 40, but...
And he said that the population is 0.01. These successful entrepreneurs, they know how to run a business, but they get lazy on the backside of eating, and we're taking care of their body and mind. Mm-hmm. And when they get their body and mind in shape, they can scale that much faster.
I wouldn't doubt it. What does the past 4 months look like for you on your workout program? If there's a fatty like me out there that wants to lose weight, what's it look like?
10,000 steps a day, mandatory.
Which means, are you going to run? Or are you walking?
I mix it up both. A lot of times I go just knock it out on the tread. 10,000 steps is about 4 miles of walking. I do it at burn 2, so you don't burn any muscle. It keeps that heart rate at a little bit advanced. Counting your macros, what you put in your mouth, and also sobriety. I'm also 6 years sober from alcohol.
Yeah.
I know you're sober too, right?
I mean, I call it sober October, but it's been 6 or 7 years.
There you go. That's badass, man. Yeah.
So, and I make fun of people when someone tells me they don't drink and we're out somewhere, like, are you going to get a beer? Are we going to get a beer? And they look at me like, you fucking dickhead. And then I say, well, I don't drink either. They're like, you asshole.
Well, you know what I love doing? When someone asks me if I want a beer, I'm got these sleeves, and I said, I don't want to go back to I'm on parole, dog. I mess with people.
Yeah.
They're drunk. They're buzzed.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, no, I can't. I'm on parole. And their mouths drop.
Oh, yeah.
I just love messing with people, man.
I don't, I think we talked about this last podcast a little bit on not drinking. And I don't give a shit if people drink. I was with a lawyer yesterday that loves wine connoisseur. Like, but I feel like people that, when you're drinking, the people that don't, I feel like they're looking at you like, oh, you're better than them or something. And I don't give a shit either way.
I don't either. It's a personal choice.
I can tell you that after you have 3 or 4 drinks, I'm probably not going to be in your conversation because I just walk away. But what has it done for you mentally?
The clarity, man. I'm able to make great decisions, especially being on the road in the Sprinter. Man, I didn't want to make a wrong choice or turn on a mountain road and fall off the side of the mountain. So I didn't even want that alcohol in my system.
How did you stop?
75 hard made me realize that I could go out socially and drink. I never had a problem, but I always thought I'd go to a lot of concerts, saw Co-Wetzel, Parker McCollum. I've listened to your stuff. I know you've had them at your old bar.
Yeah.
And I always thought I had to have a drink in my hand just to look normal.
Yeah.
Dude, I can have a water in my hand now.
That's what I tell people that are stopping drinking or ready to quit. I say, look, dude, go get you a water with a lemon, something with lemon, have it in your hand, and then it's the same shit.
Or just get a sparkling water, get a tahini rim, and put a lime on it. No one's going to know that you're not drinking vodka and water.
And I think maybe at the beginning of you not drinking, you worry that people think, oh, you're not drinking, but nobody gives a shit. No. And there are the people that just keep firing off. Are you going to get a shot? Are you going to get a shot? And man, it's like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, the peer pressure is real. And I get it, but we're strong enough now that we've overcome it, and I don't need it in my life.
I don't even think about it.
I don't either.
But I do like to smell people's wine or drink. Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Did not. I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
It's never too late to start.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
But when I smell their beer or their alcohol, my whole body gets relaxed like I took a drag of a cigarette.
Wow. That's interesting.
It's so delicious to smell that stuff, though, but I'm not going to drink it. So, how long is the program that you're on to work out? Is it forever?
It depends on I'm one of his more advanced students, he wants to call it.
Yeah.
He swears by March or April, if I stay with it, that I'm going to have a 6-pack. And to have a 6-pack at 48 years old.
Wouldn't that be badass?
Dude, and inspiring to other people.
Yeah.
People are going to see me in the gym go, what in the hell is this dude on? Because everybody's seen me big. I've been chunky my whole life, husky.
Yeah, when you sent the picture to me earlier, because the last video I saw was you opening the business, and then you sent the new one. I was like, no wonder he wants this picture up here. You look great, though.
Thank you. Are you hitting on me?
No.
I'm just making,
straight as can be.
I'm messing with you, man.
I can't even make my gay jokes on here. I'll get in trouble. It would be fun, but a pain in the ass.
I feel you.
So where else do you want to go with this?
The clarity, man. I hit a little bit of depression this past summer, or a lot of depression, to be honest with you. And I reached out to an old friend, and he's pretty successful online. He's got about 250,000 YouTube subscribers.
Yeah.
Shout out Rocky Roadie. Does a lot of vehicle reviews and a lot of aftermarket industry stuff. And we were talking about stuff, and he knew I was trying to buy this off-road shop. And he goes, dude, it didn't work out. He says, but start over.
Yeah.
And my mind was blown. He goes, you've done it for 23 years. You can scale that much faster. So now, guess what? We're going to start over.
Just from the ground up.
Grounded up and running hard, fast.
And are you working on that now?
Yes, sir. We're in the development stages right now. Should be launching here in a couple of weeks. Probably by the time the podcast launches, we'll be ready.
Are you going to build a shop? Are you going to rent a shop?
I'm actually, we're gonna buy one and renovate it. It's a little bit smaller. I'm gonna start a little bit smaller, and test the market out. Make sure it's all kosher in College Station. Mm-hmm. But I've already got the name taken care of and everything. Aggie Land Off-Road and Performance.
From a guy that didn't go to A&M.
Right. But hey, I'm here now.
And supported. I mean, I have people are like, you didn't go to Texas Tech. I'm like, I love Texas Tech. And it has nothing to do with I went there or not. It has nothing to do if you went there or not. You have a lot of college customers, or what's going to be your main?
So there's a lot of farm and ranch around the area. Also want to, cater to I want to help there actually is a Texas A&M off-road club. I want to let them have meetings at my shop. Let's have tech nights.
Yes.
Let's give back. I'm all about giving back. The older we get.
Yeah.
And, here's the next angle of it. You got the Mays Business School at Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I want to speak at that sucker.
That'd be badass.
I want to show and inspire these young adults that you can come from nothing. Mm-hmm. You can build up, you can scale, you can sell, you can buy. You don't have to have a true college education or a master's degree to do this. You just got to have the want, will, and drive.
Yeah.
And I want to inspire those younger individuals. I speak to college kids all the time, like, what are you majoring in? Well, what do you want? Well, I don't know what I want to do with that. Mm-hmm. I had a young woman, I'll tell you real quick. She's a bartender, and she was graduating with a psychology degree, something like that. And I said, what do you really want to do? She goes, I want to do taxidermy. I was like, why don't you?
Yeah.
She goes, well, my parents want me to finish. I said, why don't you do this? Why don't you go to an internship and work for free at a taxidermist to make sure you like it?
Yeah. Work
for 3 or 4 hours a week. Skin the animals and see if you enjoy it. They're going to want free labor.
Yeah.
Just to test your knowledge out. And again, she don't have to quit her job.
Yeah.
To see if she likes it. And to have a woman that's going to be a badass taxidermist.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than that. I love inspiring the younger individuals, and I love showing them what can be done, what's possible.
I'm around college kids a lot. So you see, and it's just like you and I at 21, we didn't know which way to walk.
No, we didn't know shit.
None. And they don't know now.
100%.
And
the pressure's real.
It is.
The debt, their parents are, and I get it. They're spending good money, but you're not going to have so I follow Gary Vaynerchuk a lot.
I like him.
And I like what he says.
We need him on the podcast.
Shout out Gary. Gary V.
That'll never happen.
Don't say never.
I know.
You never know. He may invite you up there.
I just like his straightforward, no bullshit.
And I love how he says, between your 20s and 30s, fuck around and find out.
Mm-hmm.
You can restart. You can go be in a band. You can travel. You can do all kinds of stuff because you don't need to get serious. And I love what he says. Henry Ford did not create Ford, and don't hold me to the dates and years, but Henry Ford did not create Ford Motor Company until he was 45 years old.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders didn't do Kentucky Fried Chicken until he was 60 something. All these entrepreneurs are old at that point. So it's never too late to start.
What would you tell somebody that is at a job in the oil field or has a decent job that wants to go try something else, but they have a family, they have a house? How would you tell them to step into that?
That is very tough. Save money, live on less than you make, build up a savings to where if you do want to quit for a little bit, but I understand you've got family, you got duties and responsibilities. Yeah. So it is tougher. I would say live on less than you can make.
When you say it's tougher though, how much harder is being an entrepreneur or owning your own business than you thought it was going to be?
Way harder. I mean, we failed and failed and failed and failed again. But guess what? We always dusted my knees off, dusted my elbows off, and got right back up.
But the tougher part of, they have a comfortable job. They got a steady paycheck. So if they're going to come over to this side of the world, it's going to be longer, harder, tougher, dirtier, more emotional than they've ever experienced. Then why would somebody want to go and do what you and I do?
I find it challenging personally, and to have freedom and creating something that you're extremely proud of. Yeah. And you can do that normal job. Do not get me wrong. You know, you can give it your all and be the best salesperson, best waiter, best waitress, best bartender, what have you. And you can make hella money at it.
Yeah.
But if you want to chase that dream, we might die tomorrow, brother.
I know.
I don't want to have any regrets in life.
You know, in the past few years and even more now, like tomorrow I'm taking Friday off. I'm not taking Friday off, right? I'm available. I will talk on the phone the whole way wherever I go, but I'm going and doing shit that I want with my friends. And that's hard to do when you work for somebody. But that's why I work for myself, is because I want to hang out with these two guys, successful business guys I've known my whole life, and we're taking the day off.
And you're in control of your own destiny.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, does that corporate job really care about you? We've seen layoffs. We see it in the news every day. You could get laid off tomorrow.
In a second.
You know, but you're in control of your own destiny, and you can get down on the ground and work and figure it out when you're an entrepreneur. So it's not cut out for everybody, but you better have some tough skin and some resilience. Everyone's always said I'm very resilient, you know.
Well, you're starting from the bottom again.
Yes, sir. But I'm
nobody.
But I'm excited.
Isn't that wild?
I'm fired the fuck up.
You're not scared.
Because there's no option. I'm not going to fail.
You don't have an option. No. You're the only person that's responsible for you.
100%. But you know what's even crazier? If somebody catches me, I'm going to be building these trucks. At 48 years old, I'm going to get dirty with those mechanics and train them the way I know. But we're going to do it much faster. You know, I'm willing to get dirty again. Yeah. I'm not going to be standing there pointing, but I want to inspire and show people what we can build. And honestly, I had a female saleswoman at, shout out Casey. I had her at Outlaw, and I picked her up when she was 21, 22. She was making 80 grand a year, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I was paying her commission off sales. I taught her everything she knew. And I want to do the same thing with a young lady in College Station. I want to inspire them, show them that they can be successful in the automotive, in a non-industry that they're not known to, being judged at as a woman. You know, shout out to Lacey Blair. I don't know if you've heard of that name. Mm-mm. She's got about 400,000 followers on Instagram and 1 million on TikTok.
Dang.
And she paints, powder coats, does burnouts, builds motors. She's a badass. Lacey, check your DMs. I've been trying to get a hold of you. She inspires other women. And I think that's so powerful in an industry that's mainly male driven.
Yeah.
I love inspiring people. I just want to pass it on down. Because when I was young and when you were young, we didn't have anybody to look up to.
No, and that's part of the reason. That's another part of the reason I do the podcast is because if I met you at, I want to get wheels on my 86 Suburban that I have. And then I want to hear, well, why do you do this? How do you do that? Why? I just keep asking why. And now we have a platform to ask why. And, you're talking about you want to inspire these kids and have these people. And that's part of the reason I wanted to do a entrepreneurs night here at the airplane hangar.
I'll be there.
And talk to anybody that has just started a business, wants to start a business, and just sit up there and answer questions for these people and help them. And I'm so terrible with social media and computer that I can't even get a fucking diagram together to do it.
So I'm gonna get really involved in College Station, Bryan College Station area, and I want to support these young entrepreneurs. And I want to just show up and offer to answer questions, to inspire, and then we'll graduate to Mays Business School. And I'll be honest with you, I may go back to college and get an Aggie ring.
That'd be sweet.
At 48 years old, finish my bachelor's degree. I only have an associate's in business management. It took me 6 years to get my associate's.
I stopped 2 classes short of degree in professional aeronautics, and being around all the college kids in Lubbock, I was like, damn, I'm going to sign up. So I went, took the test, and they're like, you got 13 more classes to go. I said, fuck this.
I am not doing this. Maybe Texas A&M will give me a little speed track.
Yeah.
I speak at Mays Business School, and who knows, man.
That'd be sweet.
But I would wear that Aggie ring with pride.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But it's that's why I told my dad I'm going to do a airline transport pilot. You have to take it's called the ATP CTP course. It's it's the last pilot license you can get.
Okay.
And I don't really need it. But I told Dad, I just want to accomplish shit. And so it's the same thing with the ring, you know?
I just want to accomplish it because I see it in front of me as a goal.
Yeah.
You know, and I see the goal of starting up a brand new business from ground up. And I asked my industry, I don't think there's anybody in my industry that has built, sold, took a break, and building from scratch again.
So what is your goal with this business? Is it to start it from the ground up, build it, and then sell it again?
You know, I don't know if I'll sell. I want to keep that option available, but I'm not going to be dying to sell it. I enjoy my town. I want to be able to travel more. I want to build another rig to travel, but I want to, you know, put the right people in place, inspire them, and have some income coming in.
Yeah.
And go on to some other projects. I've got some other short-term rentals I want to get into, and I want to just, you know, expand my horizon on opportunities available to be able to do that.
Well, it will be good for you to hear this, is that one of the things that I never saw coming from Lubbock was that the amount of college kids that you get to meet and deal with on a day-to-day basis, if you have guys or girls that come in, they need a job, and you start teaching them and training them in this facility, you're going to end up meeting some of the best young people in the world. And what I love about it is my foundation for growth with my restaurants and stuff. I just talked to the lady that runs my life about this today, is our foundation for growth because of Lubbock is so strong that I just feel like we could do whatever we want. And so you're going to be in a town that provides that as well. And so you need to know it's there, because for me, it has been absolutely fabulous.
I'm excited. And to show people and to be a really good businessman that has morals, ethics, and standing behind their vehicles and how we treat customers.
Yeah.
And just being that leading example, that lighthouse.
Yeah.
You know.
Run through your tattoos. You got a few tattoos. When did you start getting all those?
It started about 3-4 years ago.
Did you have any tattoos before?
I had some older. I had an old company up here, and then I had a Superman logo for Shaner from the early 2000s. And then I got the lighthouse to inspire others and be a beacon of light, no matter what happens to me. We've all had our trials and tribulations, and I'm still standing here, and I want to be a beacon of light to everyone around me, because this light never stops shining in the ocean. I've got a huge badass shout out to Lefty at Infamous Inc. in Waco, Texas.
Is that where you go all the time?
This is my guy. He helped lay this stuff out for me, and he's been in the industry for 30 years, created a hell of a business over there, has like 10 artists underneath him. And so I got a lion here, because, you know, lions don't ask for permission. They're not led. They don't ask to go eat, bud. They go get it. And then we're doing that every day.
Damn, I know. Do you, you know, with you saying that, asking for permission to go eat and go get it, do you feel like you actually, one of the guys I really like is Coach Burke, because he practices what he preaches. He goes out and he kicks ass every day, and he's consistent. Do you feel like you're giving it 110% right now, or do you feel like you're giving it 70?
I feel like being the mental clarity and being in the shape I am, I'm going 110%. But this past summer, I was 20%. And not barely even that. I was probably 0%. I was not, but I'm all in now. We're on nitrous oxide, baby.
I feel like that I'm not doing everything that I could, and I'm scared of what 110% looks like.
Why?
I don't, that's a whole nother question. And I think maybe the adjustments of where I'm at with balancing the kids and doing that and making it work. 'Cause I could go, I could work 50 days straight. It doesn't scare me, but then you say, why would you do that? Like, where's the ultimate goal? And that's when I start settling back to like, all right, I'm good enough. I step on the gas daily. I look for deals daily. I look for stuff daily, but it's not 110%. And I wish it was. But I feel like that's a scary place to be at 110% all the time.
Possibly. But again, I want to balance that with taking a break and doing a little traveling. You know, go back and forth between the business travel, to keep myself grounded. And then, I just want to, I just want to, create a lifestyle that I enjoy. And I listened to something this past, I was at a mastermind this weekend, and he talked about a billionaire, an 84-year-old billionaire, and creating a life around his business.
Yeah.
And he said he works 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And he only works about 5 hours on those 3 days a week, but he golfs in between, but he's 84 and he's not tired.
Yeah.
But he goes in, has his board meetings, does his stuff for 5 to 6 hours, and he goes and golfs the next day, goes, has dinner. But again, he's still involved. And like I said, retirement's bullshit.
Well, an entrepreneur is responsible for their own life.
And all the employees underneath you.
Yeah.
We all are, right? Like we want them to succeed. But ultimately, if the business fails, you're going to be not be able to feed those 100 families that you have employees of.
Yeah. 215.
Yeah. You've got a lot on your plate, bud.
A few, but I'll take some more. I feel like I've built my life around my work and my play, but I do wish I need to make more phone calls. I need to just push a little bit more, and I'm working on it. That's like the six-pack CEO guy. I'm going to have to find out how many millions this cost. And
it's not millions, but I did it.
Well, I'm ready for a change. And today I told a guy, I said, well, it's January 7th and I haven't made a fucking change. But I'm responsible for that. I don't make excuses. I know I'm responsible.
I got FYE tatted right here, sir.
What's that?
Fuck your excuses.
Yeah.
But I love the bottom. Did you pass physics?
No, hell no. I couldn't even pass pre-algebra in college. No, I don't think I passed that.
So I have a physics equation here. Shout out Lefty. You're the brainchild of all this. But I have a physics equation, and it's B greater than average. Average is boring, Tommy.
And easy.
It's too easy. It's complacency.
Yeah, it is.
So fuck your excuses. Be greater than average. I want to be greater than average.
Yeah.
And then I had to let them, because, man, you've learned this in life. You just got to let people do. Like, shout out to Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
Let them.
That was my let them term is thank you, I owe you.
Ooh.
I got, and that's from Coach Burt, but thank you, I owe you. And I had this lady that I was telling you that I typed up this 2-paragraph email today, and the first line was, I just want you to know you're one of the worst customers I've ever had in 25 years. And I started going through this and I was typing. I said, no. Actually, the end of the email said, you're like a complete asshole. Thank you for reading. You're a complete asshole. Well, I just deleted the whole email and I just put, thank you. I owe you. And I think that does more damage
than a long 2 paragraphs.
And I could just imagine myself in a courtroom or some shit with this fucking email.
Well, and I've learned too, like putting that negative energy out there isn't worth it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be in your head. Just, again, let them.
Yeah.
You sum it up short and sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I owe you.
I owe you.
Yeah. And I think that also comes with age. Like if I was 22, I'll fire that fucking email off in a second.
I would have too.
So, hey, I'm proud of myself today for acting like an adult.
Acting like an adult.
How weird. Adulting is so fun.
I saw the funniest thing the other day. It said, I'm considered an adult like a tomato is considered a fruit. I had to laugh at that. I love joking around and being silly and stupid, but, that was very good, man. I don't like putting that negative energy out there. Yeah. It's not worth consuming. Let it go. Let it go.
It's not.
Because here's the next thing. Yeah, she was the worst customer ever for you.
One of them in 25 years. We won't shout out her name.
But let's think about this. What is she going through mentally?
Yeah.
At home? We don't know.
I know.
She could be going through a divorce. She could be going through a cheating spouse. Her parents could have passed away. She could be broke. There's 1,000 different things. So give them grace, man.
I will give them grace. I was, I might be embarrassed to admit it, but I'm going to say I was on my way to their house with a sledgehammer to remove the work that we put in.
Wow.
And because it wasn't about the money. It was about principle that how you got, abused when you were 15 on this truck. When I take on a project for somebody now, I give them 110%. if you want a contractor to come to your house and give you the best job with the least headaches, I'm your guy. I just built $1 million hangar.
Beautiful facility, by the way.
I just built it. I never met the guy until yesterday. I was fully paid, completely done. I never shook the man's hand until yesterday.
Wow.
Never met him in person. Talked to him on the phone. Texted him plenty. And I told him, man, I just really appreciate how this went with me and you. This was a great build because you let me do my job. And he said the same thing. You know, I appreciate you. You did a great job. I didn't have to worry about shit. And that's what I provide when we do construction projects. And so what the person had done to me, it just really ticked me off because I knew I gave them my all. And so thank you, I owe you is how I left them. And it made me so mad.
I feel that.
But I'm going to give them
grace.
Grace.
You don't know what she's going through, man.
I don't.
You know, and hopefully one day she'll make it right to you. Whatever that means, right?
Yeah.
And realization. But you know what? Move on to the next project. Please that next customer, man. Move on from it.
I just hate when shit like
I do
that
too,
happens.
man. You know, but it's going to happen. Not every job's going to be perfect.
What's going to happen to you giving 110% on these truck builds too?
I don't know. We're going to see, man.
And you're going to have to look at your tattoo and say,
I'm going to have some messed up customers. So one thing I'm also going to, you know, not every customer is going to be, you've learned this in life, and evidently that customer wasn't right for you.
Yeah.
But we're going to vet these customers, and we might not align with our values.
That's another reason I was so pissed off, because I tried to vet them and tell them exactly, you know, I'm going to give you 110%. If there's this or that, you're going to have to listen, you know, you're going to have to take my judgment on it and let me run with it. This and that, we might not be a good, I told this lady 2 or 3 times, I'm going to give you your tiny bit of money that I didn't ask for back anyway. I don't want to do your job. And we kept marching for it. Enough of this lady.
So, but on that note, in my industry,
yeah,
I refuse to use rough country lift kits because it's such cheap quality. And I don't want to put that on a customer's vehicle and I've seen them break too many times. I don't want to put a family on the road at 70 miles an hour thinking that a truck park could break and roll a truck. They're not my customer.
Yeah.
If there's plenty of people to install that brand, that's not lining with my values and my core ethics.
How are you going to tell people nicely about your expectations of working on their vehicle? Because that could come across as, you know, Justin's a dick.
It could.
He doesn't want to do this or that. So how are you going to get that out?
It doesn't abide by our core values of our company and our mission statement.
Yeah.
We're going to have all that formulated, and that's what we live and eat, live and breathe by. The employees, we're going to hire and fire by our core values. Did you align up with our core values? This is our mission statement, to create some of the best riding and driving vehicles on the market, on the road these days. And, you know, you might not be my customer, and that's okay. We can still be friends.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put that product on your truck.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that cheap brand tire on your vehicle. There's plenty of other people that will. Go have fun, man.
Across the street.
Across the street.
Yeah.
You know, and no judgment, right? Like, I understand. It's okay. But I'm going to steer them in the right direction. I'm going to tell them what I think they should put on their vehicle.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to educate customers, because we're, at the end of the day, they're spending a lot of their hard-earned money. And again, back to when I was 15 and 20, I'm not going to screw somebody over, but I want to educate them what they're spending their money on so they understand it. And creating a value based on that customer. You know, that they can appreciate everything. And referrals, you know what it's like. You're going to refer so much to this contractor you just had over here. He's going to stay so busy for the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah.
Well, I hope so on that. And I feel like when people do go to your shop and they know there's that is a whole nother point that people that I just don't hear enough of that is out there. There is a large group of people that will go to your shop because they know for a fact you're giving the best service, quality, everything over price.
100%.
There is an entire I don't ask at roadside assistance what it costs. I take it over there because I know it's done right. Don't send it back to me with something not fixed, you know?
And customers understand and appreciate that. If we tell them, and again, it's just communication, right? If we tell them we're backed up 2 weeks, we're backed up 2 weeks. Bring your truck in then, or let us sit in the parking lot. We'll try to work it in. But it's about clarity, communication, and being totally honest. You know, just basic human decency, man.
It's going to be fun to watch you do this.
You know, I can't wait for you to come visit, man. I know you're sending your daughter wants to go to school up there, I believe.
I'm trying to. She's going to be a vet and doesn't really want to go to Texas Tech because I want her to.
Right.
And then she's not really wanting to go to A&M, but like, those are kind of your choices around here, Princess.
Right.
So she'll be there, and it's College Station. It takes it's a short drive, and then it's only like 30 minutes in the airplane, maybe. So it's not far at all.
And College Station is just growing so tremendously huge.
Yeah.
You know, I'm excited to serve that community, and again, inspires the generation of students. You know, you're going to have freshmen coming in every year, and I just want to show them what it's like being an entrepreneur and what's possible.
Are y'all going to be close to campus?
It's semi-close. It's, you know, probably with everything's, in my opinion, everything's close, but you know, we're 5 miles away from campus, so it's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but again, I've got a location that's smaller, and we're going to grow up, and I'm not going to be there forever, but I want to get into a bigger one to handle more and more, you know.
It's going to be fun to watch.
1,000%.
I'll be over there and I'll go visit. Well,
we'll get that Dodge fixed up and make it ride smoother, sir.
Man, that's such a nice truck.
Yep, that old Cummins, man, they'll last forever.
I hope so. What is the highest mileage 5.9 that you've seen that's well taken care of?
500 plus.
Well, my buddy Blake had one with 800 on it.
I haven't seen that in person.
Well, I'm at 340 something, so I need to get.
Yep.
I'm hoping I get at least 600 or 800 miles.
How long have you had it?
I bought it from the original owner with 83,000 miles
you
on
put some
it.
miles on it, but you've done unbelievable maintenance on it.
The only question I have on it right now is the injectors, and a guy was telling me, it's time to do them, and I haven't seen it. What are the first signs that you would need an injector on that thing?
I'm not that technical, but I know a guy named Brandon at F-Bomb Performance.
Well, he's the one that wants me to do it, and I've waited and waited. I mean, it's like $5,000 or $6,000.
I know it's an expensive project, but it could increase your fuel mileage and help the motor last a little bit longer.
I think my fuel mileage is going down.
And that could be, the injector pump could be giving out as well. You know, I'm not that technical on the motor side. I understand things, but I don't want to dive into a motor. I'm about the suspension and the ride quality and the cosmetic appearance of them. That's where I specialize in.
Well, I always ask a couple questions to people, and it's going to be really interesting to hear your answer on this, because you've done a few things and kind of been there, done that. Now you're starting all over. And I have a feeling, what is your definition of success now?
The older we get, and you're probably going to agree with this, my definition of success is a little bit of freedom, but creating a lifestyle around that you can enjoy, but also it still boils down to inspiring others.
Yeah.
Again, back to when I was young, starting this venture out, I didn't have nobody to look up to. Really didn't. Luckily, a couple of business owners told me, get off my tools, or I'm not going to be able to run a business. And, and they believed in me and saw it in me. You know, my second guy bankrolled me. I didn't have to go to a bank to build that building. I didn't have to get credit. I became friends with someone, and they believed in me, and he loaned me.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man.
Yeah.
That's really powerful to have an individual believe in you. And, he wants to secure interest, but he gave out enough money to where he would get an interest return, but he was the banker. He bankrolled me.
Yeah.
And that's powerful, man. And I hope to be able to do that soon for other entrepreneurs and stuff like that, to give them that chance.
Yeah.
So that success to me is, having the freedom, but inspiring others.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I was wondering what would you have said 10 years ago about being successful?
10 years ago, not giving up, period. Building this new building was scary, taking on that much debt. But you know what? I went all in, went 110% in, and it brought fruitful labor. And we ran through COVID, survived, and then I was able to still sell shortly after COVID. and not giving up, man, just creating that tenacity and being resilient.
The 3 years to sell is, there's a lot of points we could take away from this hour, but if somebody's looking to sell their business, the 3 years prior are extremely important.
1,000%. But even like now, I'm going to keep my book so clean that we don't have to wait for 3 years for that.
Yeah.
That if an opportunity does arise, who knows? I could sell it to a technician. I don't know what could happen. We don't know where I'm going to be in 3 years. Yeah. I may go open another one in another town. I may come up to see him in Lubbock, man.
Beautiful Lubbock.
Who knows?
Beautiful Lubbock. I need to get up there too.
I don't know what's going to happen. I may build out a franchise of these. I don't know.
It's possible.
Anything's possible.
It is.
I've seen it all happen, man, in my industry and everything else. But definitely going to keep the mind busy this round.
Yeah.
And not go full into retirement, because I've seen too many successful people decline quickly and not having a driven purpose in life.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to happen again to me. I got down in the dumps, man. It was bad.
Damn.
And I don't want that I don't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah.
Depression's real. And no one was there to check on me, man. I had friends that texted every once in a while, but I didn't reveal it that I was down.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple of friends reach out and said, dude, get your ass in shape.
How did you bounce out of it?
I don't know what turning point it was, but I saw the transition of a friend that went through Morrow's program, and I was like, dude, he just lost 100 pounds. I was like, and I know this is a little judgmental, but Brian, I love you, man, but I didn't look at you the same when you weighed 300 pounds.
Yeah.
I didn't respect you as much.
Yeah. And
now that you got down to 200 in your mid 40s,
yeah,
bro, mad respect for you, because you're willing to put in the work. And, and I admire you now. And again, that's probably a little judgmental, but again, you have a lot more respect for people that are willing to put in the work and dedication. Mm-hmm. If they can take care of their bodies, that means they're going to take care of everything else around them.
Yeah. Oh man, you're just making me feel my own struggles sometimes. And it's stupid, but as soon as you make a damn decision and stick with it, magic happens.
And, I just crossed the 200 pound mark right before Christmas. Actually, right before the new year. Yeah, I just had a whole other thing on fire. For me to see 199 on the scale,
yeah,
dude, I haven't seen that since my early 20s. I don't even know what that was like. I don't really remember it.
Yeah.
And for me to do that, I'd say on even more fire.
Dang.
My goal weight is 176, 10% body fat, and Morrow, hold on. He already knows I'm cranking for it, baby.
Dang.
March, April, whatever it takes. We're going to do it, man.
What are you eating in a day?
So I follow, I'm eating about 1,800, 1,900 calories.
What does that mean for breakfast? What's on the plate?
So I eat animal-based, man. I follow Paul Saladino, Carnivore MD. I eat animal-based, meat, steaks. I eat some venison, eggs, raw milk from a cow, honey, fruit, butter, mix it, so a little bit of vegetables, but more like sweet potatoes and stuff that aren't roots. And I'm going to dive down a whole rabbit hole, but I said this in my last Facebook post. We're digging our graves with our forks, man.
I know.
It's sad. And my old nutritionist told me that, and I was like, it stuck with me forever. We have that choice, man.
I know.
We can grab that fast food. We can eat that cheesecake. We're digging our graves with our forks. And being this healthy, I'm realizing it more and more around, because I start looking around, I'm like, those people are dying.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
It is.
But our healthcare system is screwed. There's no money in well people.
Yeah.
I just saw the food pyramid got turned upside down, which is great. But man, take control of your own life. You're in control of it. You're again, back to my original statement, you're controlling what you're putting in your mouth.
Yeah. 110%.
So you're making that choice.
Yeah.
You're going to be, and this is kind of sad, but I don't feel sorry for you if you're eating like that and you're sick.
Yeah.
You're making those choices.
Are you eating any bread?
I am not.
No bread.
No bread. So I look at food a little bit different. I look at food and I go, how is that helping my body? So think about it. What does bread do for you?
Makes you bloated.
It's grains.
Takes forever to digest.
It's not doing any positives.
Yeah.
And it's not real. If you go to Italy, the bread is real and not full of pesticides and everything else, right? But in America, no, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I just look at the food I eat and I weigh it out in my head. Cause I've been on the fat side, guys. I've been 320. You saw pictures of me.
Yeah.
I was 320 pounds back in the day, man. And I get it on both sides. I've been big my whole life. This is the skinniest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
And I feel amazing.
That's awesome.
I'm sure you can feel my energy through here.
No, I can. I love it.
You know, and I hope you can, man, I want to see you rock with me, man.
I'm going to make a call because I couldn't decide, like every day that goes by that I don't start. And I got a good start last year and I just didn't stick with it because it was at night. I was trying to do it with somebody else at night and I don't work at night. I work in the morning. I got to go work out in the morning. That's how my days get started. And I know that by 7, 8 p.m., if I get up early, my brain is fried and I'm done.
You know what I love about Morrow's program, though? You only got to go to the gym 3 times a week.
That's easy.
It's easy. 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But you do got to get your 10,000 steps in. But you know what else that means? You can put a treadmill in here, bud.
Yeah.
You can get your steps in while you're working.
Walking 4 miles, no problem.
Right.
Even I don't like jogging though either.
It's bad
Tired
on
of it.
It's bad on your joints.
Yeah.
He doesn't even want you to jog.
Yeah.
It's a crazy program, man. And he's got 10 years of research. He's 48, ex-banker, 6-pack. He's transformed hundreds of lives of men and women.
I can have a 6-pack in 9 months.
If you put the dedication in, brother.
Dang. That's what I wanted. I was in such good shape. So you were talking about getting under 200 pounds. I was at Tech, and this is why I love Texas Tech and why I think you're going to love A&M. I was on the patio of Beer House, and I used to talk to the basketball coaches at Tech, and I told one of the assistant coaches, I said, man, I'm a fat drunk. I need to go with your trainer. Whatever he says, I will do. Well, I started working out with Coach T, who's Tesso in the basketball gym. This dude worked me. I went from 240, 250 down to 197.
Wow. Hell yeah.
And I wanted to take a picture on the Beer House chair with the 6-pack for my 40th birthday.
Hell yeah.
So I didn't do that. I should have. But it's a good journey and you definitely do feel better. But
man, I'll tell you one thing too about back to the 6-pack CEO real quick. One thing that I love about Morrow, the first thing he has you do is get blood work done.
Oh, really?
He wants to see what your body's lacking. And again, shout out Morrow, man. I know I'm praising you too much, but mine was blown. I had my gallbladder taken out when I was 22 years old.
Yeah.
And he looked at it. He looked at my blood work and goes, "Did you had your gallbladder taken out?" I was like, "Yeah, I was full of gallstones, man. I was in pain." He said, "Do you realize your body doesn't digest the protein properly because you don't have a gallbladder?" I said, "What?" He goes, "You're going to be on digestive enzymes for the rest of your life." No doctor in my entire life has ever told me that. That's probably why I struggle with weight my whole life.
Yeah.
My body was not digesting the nutrients properly. Mind blown. And he's not a doctor. He just does the research and he just does what works. Mind blown. You know, it's like, so yeah, it's a ride, man.
Cool. Well, I need to get busy with it. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come out here. Where can people find you? What's going to happen with the new Aggieland? Is it Aggieland truck?
Aggieland Off-Road and Performance.
When are we anticipating that? Do they have a way to find you right now?
Yeah, so you'll be able to type it in the website, search it up on Google, AggielandOffroadandPerformance.com. You can search me up, Justin Shaner, last name Schoener. All of my profiles are wide open. I'm not hiding anything from anyone. I'm an open book, man. Slide in my DMs. You got a question? Dude, I'll answer it the best I can, or I can direct you to somebody that can.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to inspire and help anyone around me I can. I want to be that guiding light to people, to entrepreneurs, to young individuals, to older individuals. I don't care. I just want to inspire, man. That's why I talk about my journey of health, wealth, and then coming back, and entrepreneurship and everything all around me, man. I just want to inspire others.
Well, you got a good story for sure.
Thank you,
You've been up and down, left, right, ran through the ringer, and
coming back.
Yeah, that's going to be the best part is watching you get after it when you're in the best shape of your life and probably in the best shape mentally of your life.
1,000%.
You're going to be a fucking killer.
Yep. We're going to slay it, man. I'm excited for that.
It's going to be fun to watch. So, Well, go find him, and we appreciate you coming in tonight. It's it's probably 8. It's 9 o'clock at night.
Damn.
But as we said when we started, this is the type of shit it takes to run your own business.
100%, man. And I thank you for doing this, and inspiring others. I don't even know how I found you from Clint, reposted your podcast.
Yeah.
So I just started on the treadmill, started diving in.
Thanks for coming in. Yep. Wrap it up.
Aggie Land Off-Road. Here we go.
They're going.
Yep.
Thanks for watching Business Under Fire. We'd love it if you would share, like, and subscribe. See you next time.